The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland competed as Great Britain at the 1924 Summer Olympics in Paris, France. Despite the name, athletes from the newly independent Irish Free State competed separately, following the Royal and Parliamentary Titles Act 1927. The name changed to United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, but the Olympic team competed as Great Britain from the 1928 Games onwards. 267 competitors, 239 men and 28 women, took part in 115 events in 18 sports. Medalists. Athletics. 65 athletes represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's 7th appearance in the sport. Great Britain was one of 3 nations, along with Greece and the United States, to have competed in each edition of the Olympic athletics competitions. With 3 gold medals and 11 total medals, the British athletes finished third in both counts behind the Americans and the Finns. Harold Abrahams and Eric Liddell, 2 of the British Olympic champions in the sport, would later be the subjects of the film Chariots of Fire for the competition in Paris. Liddell won the 400 meters, breaking the world record in the final. Abrahams took the gold medal in the 100 meters, matching the Olympic record in 3 of the 4 rounds. Lowe took the 3rd championship for Great Britain in the 800 meters. The 4 times 100 meters relay team, including Abrahams, briefly took the world record, though relinquished it to the American team, which beat the British squad in the final. Ranks given within the heat. Boxing. 16 boxers represented Great Britain at the 1924 Games. Great Britain was one of 4 nations to have 2 wrestlers in each weight class. It was the nation's 3rd appearance in the sport. Great Britain matched the United States for most gold medals at 2, and most silver medals, also at 2. Those were all the medals won by the British team, however, while the United States also took a pair of bronzes to take the top medal spot with 6 to Great Britain's 4. Mallon's middleweight championship came after a quarter-final win by disqualification and a bout against countryman Elliott in the final. Mitchell took the light heavyweight crown without being beaten. Cycling. 12 cyclists represented Great Britain in 1924, the most of any nation. It was the nation's 5th appearance in the sport. The British cyclists took 2 medals, the silver and bronze in the 50 kilometers. Road cycling. Ranks given within the heat. Track cycling. Ranks given within the heat. Diving. 11 divers, 5 men and 6 women, represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's 4th appearance in the sport. Clark's bronze in the plain high diving competition resulted in Great Britain winning a single medal for the 3rd consecutive Games. Ranks given within the heat. Men-Women Equestrian. 6 equestrians represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's 2nd appearance in the sport, and first since 1912. Bowden Smith matched the country's best result to date with a 4th-place finish in the jumping event. Fencing. 20 fences, 16 men and 4 women, represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's 5th appearance in the sport. Great Britain was one of 9 nations to enter women in the first Olympic women's fencing competition. Davis took 2nd in the event to give Great Britain its first individual fencing medal, and first fencing medal since the PE team took silver in 1912. Men. Ranks given within the pool. Women. Ranks given within the pool. Gymnastics. 8 gymnasts represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's 6th appearance in the sport, matching France for most appearances to that point. Artistic modern pentathlon. 4 pentathletes represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's third appearance in the sport. Great Britain was one of 6 nations to have competed in each edition of the Olympic modern pentathlon at the time. Polo. Great Britain sent a polo team to the Olympics for the 4th time in 1924. Great Britain was the only nation to send poloists to each Olympic polo tournament. The team beat both of the other European teams, France and Spain, but lost to each of the American teams, Argentina and the United States, in the round-robin tournament to finish with the bronze medal. Ranks given are within the pool. Rowing. 21 rowers represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's 5th appearance in the sport, tying Belgium and Canada for most appearances. For the first time, some of the British rowers competed without winning medals. Prior to 1924, Great Britain won 15 medals with its 15 entries. In 1924, the rowers took only 2 gold medals in the 5 entries. Ranks given are within the heat. Sailing. 5 sailors represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's 4th appearance in the sport. The British team finished with a silver medal. It was the first time Great Britain competed in sailing but did not win any gold medals in the sport. Shooting. 22 sport shooters represented Great Britain in 1924. It was the nation's 6th appearance in the sport. Great Britain was one of 3 countries to have competed in each Olympic shooting contest. Mackworth Praed took a pair of silver medals in the individual running deer competitions and led the British team to the gold medal in the double shots running deer event. Swimming. Ranks given are within the heat. Men * indicates athletes swam in the preliminaries but not in the final race. Women tennis, men-women mixed water polo. Great Britain made its 5th Olympic water polo appearance. The team, which had won the gold medal in all 4 of its prior appearances, lost a 1-goal game to Hungary in the first round, eliminating it from medal contention early. Roster. Harold Dennison, John Budd, Charles Bugby, Smith D., Edward R. Haston, Richard Hodgson, Arthur Hunt, William Peacock, Paul Radmilovich, Charles Sidney. First round weightlifting, wrestling, freestyle wrestling men's art competitions.